What's up, family? We have breaking news to share with you today. We just had a new bill that was just passed in Texas. A lot of people have been waiting for this for a very long time, and what a perfect time to come after the recent mass shootings that happened in Texas a week apart from each other. Also, we have a new bill that was just signed into law by the governor of Florida. Wait till you hear about this particular bill, which is a direct shot at the Chinese leaders. And last but not least, Trump, the former president Donald Trump, was just found guilty. Sort of, but he's not going to jail, guys. He just was ordered to pay a few dollars. But anyways, before we get started, you already know what to do. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, as it really helps out this channel. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Donald Trump has now been found guilty, sort of. Yes, guys, the jury ends up finding Donald Trump liable in the civil sex abuse case against Jean Carroll. Yes, guys, this particular incident happened years ago, in which she finally decided to come forth and tell her story against the former president, Donald Trump, in which the jury ended up saying that Donald Trump is guilty, and he is definitely liable in this particular civil case on sexual abuse. And yes, guys, it says right here that the federal jury found Donald Trump liable on Tuesday in a civil case for sexual abuse and defamation of Jean Carroll from this incident back in 1996, and said he should be ordered to pay $5 million in total damages, which the verdict that could further complicate the former president's election bid in 2024. Now, a jury which deliberated fewer than 3 hours or so opted not to find Trump liable for rape, but rather sexual abuse that injured Carroll. So anyways, guys, like I said, this particular incident happened years ago, guys. Actually, the year that I graduated in high school, which is very shocking, guys. But anyways, 1996, and now you're coming forth against the former president? Guys, this tells the story, guys. But anyways, it doesn't matter about that, because the jury is the one that made the decision, and they have found him liable. And guys, he now is forced to pay her $5 million. Now, again, the Trump and the lawyers are going to be attesting this so that they don't necessarily have to pay this particular $5 million, but we'll just have to see how the ending results in this particular matter. Now, you know who did speak on this particular matter? The former Vice President Mike Pence. Shockingly enough, Pence ended up saying that Americans are not even focused on this particular Trump sexual abuse verdict. They don't even care, he said. Yes, he does not believe that most Americans are focused on this particular verdict. And Pence told NBC News in an interview on Tuesday that the story of Trump being found liable for the sexual abuse is a great fascination to members of the media outlets, but not most people around the country. He said in a statement that, look, it's just one more instance where at a time when American families are struggling, when our economy is hurting, when the world seems to become a more dangerous place almost every single day, there's just one more story focusing on my former running mate that I know is a great fascination to members of the national media, but I just don't think is where the American people are focused on right now. So anyways, guys, take it like you want, but definitely shocking to see him kind of stand up and take up for his former boss, considering after what they've gone through at the end of Trump's term. But anyways, guys, moving on to some better news, there was a new bill that was just passed in Texas, guys, and this particular bill is called Raise the Age. Yes, guys, this specifically is a gun bill, and it was passed in Texas by the Texas Committee after months of advocacy groups by the Uvalde families. And as you can see, guys, they are celebrating right here in this particular bill that was proposed to raise the minimum age from 18 to 21 years old to buy an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. And this was passed out of the Texas House Committee. Now, in a shocking and last-minute turn, turn of events in Texas, a bill that would raise the minimum age to purchase AR-15 style semi-automatic rifles from 18 to 21 years old passed out of a House committee on Monday, advancing this particular measure hours before a key deadline. Now, again, several Uvalde victims' relatives burst into sobs and cheers in the Capitol hearing room when two Republicans joined all of the Democrats on the committee to advance this particular bill by an 8-5 vote. And in a statement from Kimberly Garcia, she said that, look, I am feeling very overwhelmed, very emotional. And yes, guys, she ended up having tears after the committee vote. And guys, her 10-year-old daughter, Amiria Jo Garcia, was one of the 19 fourth graders and two teachers that were killed at the Robb Elementary School in Uvalde on May the 24th of 2022. So obviously, guys, they are really feeling emotional at this particular time, considering they lost their child as well as lost their child's friends and some of the teachers as well. So guys, I know it's been a long time. It's pretty much been a year, almost a year, but we definitely need to continue to keep those in our prayers in the meantime, guys. That was very tragic. And then this past week, we also saw the mass shooting that happened in northern Texas, which was very close to where I live at the Allen Premier Malls, in which another gunman ended up opening fire on innocent people. And we definitely want to keep those individuals in our prayers as well, which that particular individual used the same type of semi-automatic rifle. So again, guys, kudos to those individuals in Texas because they did sign this bill, and it can actually move further along the process of actually getting this enforced and signed into law, which is very shocking for the state of Texas. But anyways, guys, this is definitely some progress in the right direction. And then in other news, guys, we do have the governor of Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis. He ended up signing a bill last week, and this particular bill will ban Chinese citizens from buying land in Florida. I mean, come on now. It seems like this should have already been signed previously. But shockingly enough, guys, it is not. The Chinese have been buying up land across the 50 states for quite some time. And it seems like the American people are just now realizing this. And looks like this particular governor is one of the first governors to actually put a stop to this in their home states. Yes, guys, in a news release, DeSantis signs the bill called SB 264 as well as SB 846 and SB 258 into law, noting how he called on his state legislature last year to build upon its efforts to combat the corporate espionage in higher education carried out by the Chinese Communist Party. And yes, guys, this is huge. Hopefully, we continue to see the other states banning the Chinese from buying land in our country, if you live in the United States, of course. So anyways, guys, this should have never been able to happen, but apparently Chinese have figured out how they could actually do this. But you don't see the United States or the American people buying land in China. Of course not, because they have already banned this. They would have never allowed this to happen. Same thing in Russia, and I'm definitely almost sure that this is the same thing that's happening in North Korea. We just can't go buy land over there. But anyways, guys, that is the latest bill that was signed in Florida. Now, moving on, guys, we do want to talk about the debt ceiling because we are getting closer and closer to the deadline, and it looks like Congress is still separated on this particular matter. Yes, guys, but the good news is that we did have 4 of the top leaders actually meet in person yesterday. Yes, guys, President Biden, as well as House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. They ended up meeting on Tuesday for about an hour or so to discuss the progress, the negotiations, exactly what each of sides wants in regards to getting this debt ceiling raised before the deadline. As you guys know, as a reminder, the deadline of the United States could be running out of money by June the 1st, in which, guys, we are less than 20 days away from that actually happening. And they could run out of money even sooner than that. But so far from the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, she said, as of now, the date is June the 1st. But anyways, guys, these particular 4 large leaders and lawmakers, they have come together to meet to discuss the issues surrounding raising the debt ceiling and what they need to do to get some type of movement in the negotiations as far as getting this thing done and passed and raised before the deadline, in which Kevin McCarthy told reporters after that particular meeting, he said that, look, I didn't see any new improvement or movement from this particular meeting. Now, the president said that staff should get back together, very soon. Anyways, guys, they will be meeting very soon. In fact, this Friday to discuss further conversations surrounding this. Now, the House Speaker Kevin McCarthy did call out Mr. Biden and said that, look, Biden didn't say where he might have wiggle room on cutting his spending, which is the top priority that the Republicans want in this particular deal to raise the debt ceiling. However, President Biden has already said that, look, we are not open to any type of negotiation. And also, President Biden called the meeting. He said that, look, it was very productive. He said that we made a little bit of progress and he thinks that it is moving in the right direction, but he wouldn't approve of massive spending cuts. And yes, guys, we know that that is the tip of the iceberg at this particular time. So anyways, guys, President Biden said that he is certain that the nation won't default on its obligations. And if he has to, he will lean towards the last resort to make sure that the United States does not default and continues to pay its obligations, which means that he could be forced to sign the 14th Amendment as the debt ceiling option. Yes, guys, that is exactly what Biden said. He said that, look, he is actually considering the 14th Amendment as a last resort if Congress, Republicans, Democrats are unable to figure out what they can do to pass this before the deadline. Biden is putting this in the back pocket to make sure that default is not an option. But anyways, guys, some of the key topics and takeaways that we did learn from this particular meeting between these four powerhouses, I do want to share that with you today. The first one is that Biden will consider the 14th Amendment. We just discussed that. The second one is that President Biden is actually open to using some of the unspent COVID-19 funds that are just sitting there, not doing anything, considering that they have yet to pass it out to the American people in the form of a fourth stimulus check. You guys know what I'm talking about. Americans are still having hope out for that. But anyways, guys, he said that he is open to spending some of that COVID-19 money. And then also another takeaway is that Kevin McCarthy says that no new movement has been made in relation to this particular meeting. However, President Biden said that there was progress. It was very productive and they are moving in the right direction. And he wants to reconvene within the next 48 hours or so. And then also, like I said, leaders are expected to be meeting this Friday. Kevin McCarthy, as well as President Biden, said that they have directed their staff members to huddle over the next 48 hours to find a way forward, to move forward and raise the debt ceiling. And the president and congressional leaders would reconvene for another meeting this Friday. And then last but not least, guys, we already said it, lawmakers don't want to default on the United States and its obligations. So again, Biden said that he has a last resort in the back of his pocket, but he does not believe that he will have to use it. But anyways, guys, those are the 5 key takeaways that we do want to share with you today in regards to the debt ceiling negotiations that is on the table. So anyways, guys, one person saying that it was productive, one person saying that there has been no movement whatsoever, but we'll just have to see, guys. We have 48 hours. We will find out more information coming this Friday when they meet again to see if there is any type of progress in regards to raising the debt ceiling before the deadline. But anyways, guys, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all we have for you today, but feel free to check out some of the items down below, especially the new promotion that is going on right now with Rakuten, which is my favorite cashback website. Right now, they are giving new customers, after they sign up and make their first purchase, they are giving you $40 for free. Plus, right now, a lot of the companies, guys, that you already are shopping at are giving anywhere between 5 to 25% cash back on your purchases. So this is a great way for you to receive some free money, $40 plus the additional cash back. And then you can invite your family members as well, and you can receive $40 from them on top of that, guys. So if you are interested, you better check very quickly, guys. The link is down below in the description. And plus, this promotion ends at the end of this week. So you only have a little bit more time left, but go ahead, sign up today. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.